to the finish line. Seatbelt, fast whips, got a win in mind. See me when I skirt off, ain't no 10 in mine. Friends keep saying slow down, should've seen the signs. Riding down this dirt road, where we going, I don't know. God, please protect me.
But jumping in over the corners will be quite an adventure. If you have something at the beginning that's kind of easy, then you can kind of flow into it. And if you have something at the top that's kind of already very scary, it's a bit more exhilarating. Especially if you have a face like the Bec de Rosses below it, where you can like fall all the way down from there. The other times there wasn't like that much of a danger of dying, so now that's a bit different. I was talking with him for hours today with Flo Ali, and he's giving me a lot of tips and hints on where the stuff is gonna come down and how fast I need to be aware and what to do. It really helped me out. It's nice to have someone else who's done it before giving you hints, who's very experienced at it, and who can really judge your riding, so that's nice, for sure. In German we say, the pen can already paint, which means the shit is already coming out of the asshole a little bit. Put that in.
This guy looks like he's gonna win.
Morning. Thank you. Good. Morning. Let's send it.
Good calf rolling. Good schlafen. Slept well?
Not too well. Just dreamt like a bunch of weird shit. I had to wake up a bunch of times, super sweaty. I don't know what that means. Here's only the top part that's correct, the bottom part will do different.
If you're brave enough, if you don't get tripped out, the double will be nice. If you don't get scared. He said so.
Never get scared.
I was like, well, check on that.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Das ist die Preisgewinnzeremonie oder
Get it, dog.
Noch ein G.
But relief as well to be done with this. Tim Schroeder, another rider in this three-man battle for second overall. Of course, Victor de la Rue has the title wrapped up. John Penfield had his say. Liam Rivera very close behind, and this is the only man now who can change things. Timmy Schroeder, he's another rookie who has just been slaying this year on the tour. I love that. I love that kind of mindset that he's got coming into this.
He's been a mighty good time on the World Tour. He saw the snow and he said it was medium guile, but I think we can expect a full guile run from Timmy Schroeder. In fact, he is dropping in to the Lickers right, taking some air as he works his way down the ridge there.
Yeah, you can't overstate the exposure of where Timmy Schroeder is right now, making his way through this little notch to enter above the Xavier de la Rue cliff. This is unbelievably exposed and steep.
Definitely, but he's moving through with a lot of speed. And
again, like you said before, with the heel side holding the control, and he did tell me before his run that he has the biggest balls of the game. So
there we go. He's lining up his first clip. Great landing, turning it into a double, and he's absolutely hissing out of this area.
Disappeared into the POW cloud, but I think he was on his feet through that entire thing and sprayed up because he was pushing the snow with the heel side of his board. And another big, so Timmy Schroeder really building some intensity on this run.
Going full big mountain here in the heart of the Gnar. Taking some more air time there, getting the grab in, tweaking it out.
He's not done yet. He's lining up another big feature at the bottom there.
Oh, Timmy going just over a quick punch front and then into that next section. Hopefully he can get control back. He's back up on his board, just pinballing his way through the lower section.
That's got to rattle you. Just free falling through some serious exposure, but he's out into the bowl now on his feet, giving us a wave.
Yeah, he held on really well to actually staying like kind of on his feet coming through that and not letting go. It speaks to his strength and to how it like hold on to pressure situations like that.
Well, and just the way that each bounce ate up meters and meters of vertical really shows how steep that is. It's not like you can just stop. It just, the ground keeps falling away and falling away. And when you don't have your board locked in with an edge on the snow, you just keep on bouncing. So happy to see Timmy Schroeder on his feet after that pretty scary moment there on the Bec de Rosses. These riders, you know, we get excited about the competition of this, but the consequence on this face is real. And happy to see Timmy Schroeder on his feet at the bottom. Looks like the lens out of his goggles.
Gone. So
There it is.
sliding its way down the Bec de Rosses, having its own free ride adventure.
The adventure of the lens.
The thing went skrrra, pa 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 pa, skidky pa pa, and a boom 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 boom.
All right, Siobhan, Timmy at the top. The exposure and the gnarliness of this entrance is so intense.
Absolutely, speaks for itself. Like he's just holding on to his heel edge and making sure that he doesn't tip over the front, which is super, super steep. And the way he like keeps going, he's trying to get in some toe side turns to get more control in there, which is a super smart way of executing those cliffs.
You can see the slough just pouring off that one. That's so high on the face, the double, and now he's just in speed control mode, disappearing into the white room for ages.
Yeah, you carried in a lot of speed, and basically like when you're on your heel side edge, the key is to then go into your toes as quickly as possible. But with that speed and that steepness, it must have been really, really hard to actually get that done.
Yeah, trying to bleed the speed off without digging in too hard and putting yourself into a high side.
Exactly, you need a lot of patience to do that. And he did do that, which was absolutely great.
All right, and then this is where things started to come a little bit undone for Timmy, because we'll see if we can figure out exactly what happened.
Just lost his nose under the snow there, and then got caught up as well, just a little rattled, and managed to get on his feet to get over these rocks. So hopefully he hasn't ripped his pants again.
Not again.
Yeah, bumpy ride there on the Bec de Rosses for Timmy Schroeder as he kind of sat down, shook his head, and then carried on. So hopefully the lens of his goggles, the only casualty from that run of Timmy Schroeder. So very interesting now as we see. I don't think that one's going to challenge John Powell. But Timmy, well, in great spirits at the bottom.
And a boom 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 boom.
Score coming in at 45-6-7. So Timmy Schroeder sliding himself into fifth. Jonathan Penfield.
Yeah, there's no resting online. I hope he...
How you doing?
Feel a bit wrecked after the comp here in Verbier. It's quite an intense day. I usually don't really have the feeling of being scared before the comp of the face. It's a bit different here.
You're scared?
I was a bit scared for sure before dropping in and looking at it, and it's cool to feel that again, but also it's for sure intense.
What was your like mindset this morning, like after you hiked up and you like stood at the top?
On the hike up, like everything went pretty fast. We were waiting for the weather window basically, and then they told us to get into the heli, and then we're up there. I was like, okay. But then being at the top, I kind of zoned into it and tried to get into the right mindset, and it worked pretty well, I
think. Were you like still scared at the top, or you kind of like managed to switch?
I managed to switch to being stoked at the top. Like, yeah, it worked out.
Yes. Okay, talk me through like the run. So like you're in the start.
I changed my line in the morning a little bit to doing something a bit easy at the start, because it's always hard coming into something that you're kind of scared of. So then the top, when like as soon as you drop into the north aspect, everything was kind of flat light and everything was kind of gray and gray, which surprised me for sure a little bit. And from there on, I was already into it, so there was no stopping anymore. I was sloughing down everywhere. Hit my double pretty well. Super stoked on that. Rode it out. Okay, a little butt check, but I think that's fine for the speed I had. And then managed to pull my run together besides a little control issue, and on like the second last hit, I front punched. The little cartwheel came back straight to my feet, and I saw my last hit where I wanted to do a backflip, and I thought I could still maybe hit it. And coming up to it, I kind of fell like face first into the takeoff. Managed to somehow ragdoll out of it, and then fell over a bunch of rocks, and kind of went pretty well. Got a little bit of a crash on my butt on a rock, which doesn't feel good, but super happy to just be in one piece. Got a nice little souvenir from Verbier. Piece of the back on me. Left a piece of me in the back. That's how it goes.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
In the back.